morning to you laddies, my name is Jacksepticeye and I'm back from Texas! Yay! Back from South by Southwest! Celebration! Woo! Now my room's all messy. Yep, totally worth the effort. But I was gone for the last 5 days because I was at the South by Southwest Gaming Awards, which was so damn cool. I'll get to that in a minute, that was the main reason I was there. But I went out on Wednesday because the guys from Starbomb were going to be there. Like Aaron, okay, so Starbomb is the music comedy group that came out of the Game Grumps and Ninja Sex Party and has also kind of merged in with Tupperware Remix Party now as well. Are you still with me? Good, this is going to be on the test at the end because it's very confusing. But they were all there. There was Aaron, Danny from Game Grumps. There was Vernon from Game Grumps. He's the newest member of the Game Grumps team. There was Brent, who is their manager. And then there was all the guys from Tupperware Remix Party. And it made it one of the coolest trips that I've been on so far. And I've been on a few convention things so far. And I've hung out with other YouTubers. And there was a lot of people there. And we've had a lot of fun. But this trip was just something really special. It was so damn cool to get to hang out with those guys. Because they rock the hardest. Not just music-wise, but life-wise. Those guys are some of the coolest dudes I have ever met in my life. And I was so humbled and honored and privileged and everything to be able to hang out with them. Because it's not often that people get to hang out with those guys. It was just the coolest thing ever. Like, Danny and Aaron, those guys are so fucking nice. They're some of the coolest people I've ever met in my life. And I just want to be best friends with them forever and always. I hope they liked me. But we got to hang out with them for a while. Aaron more than Danny because Danny was feeling sick. Poor dude. As soon as he got to Texas, it was like they had rehearsals for the show. Because they played at the Gaming Awards. They played like the mid-set in the Gaming Awards for those who didn't get to watch it. So Danny got sick like as soon as he got to Texas, which really sucked. Because first off, it meant that he didn't have the energy for the performance. The dude's an absolute professional and he pulled it out of the bag and he fucking rocked the hardest when he went up there. But when he was in Texas, he just felt like shit all the time and he didn't really get to hang out with us as much. But the rest of us all got to hang out and it was so cool because, like, I look up to those guys so much. I look up to them as YouTubers, as people, as just fucking rock stars who play music as well. I look up to them so much in so many different regards and I respect them so much. And to be able to sit in with them and just have dinner with them every night and get to hang out with them every day that I was there, it was so cool. I have so much respect for them and it's really inspired me and motivated me. Like just listening to them, listening to what they do, listening to what the plans that they have, listening to how they have, like all the experience they've had. It was so damn inspiring to just sit there and listen. And like, I don't know, it was one of those times when I was sitting there and I was like, I hope these guys like me. I hope that they like me, well, not as much as I like them because I like them way more than they like me. But I just sitting in, you just want to be best friends with them. You want to hang out with them all the time and it sucked that we had to say goodbye and come back here. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love doing YouTube as well. But to hang out with those guys, I just want to hang out with them all the time, forever. I want to be best friends. I want to get tacos with them. And I doubt any of them are probably going to be watching this, but if any of you are, thank you guys for one of the coolest weekends I've ever had in my life. It was so much fun to hang out with you all. And again, I have so much respect for you all. The things you do, the people that you are, and you're all so humble and so genuine and so nice. You'd never get the feeling that they are who they are. It was so cool, and I'm really glad that you guys took me on board and let me be part of the group. Let me just sit in, hang out, and listen to all the stories that you guys had to tell, because I'm just a little guy from Ireland who is lucky enough to hang out with the cool kids all the time. I have no idea how or why, but I'm extremely grateful for the things that have come my way and the stuff that I get to do and the people that I've been able to meet and hang out with. It blows my mind all the time. It's always the case that I'm sitting there and I'm like, is this really happening? Am I really sitting around with all these dudes, talking to them, sharing stories? Really? And they're all so attentive and they listen and they listen to your stories just as much as you listen to them. Such fucking cool guys. I love them to death. They are so cool. And I'd like to call them friends by now. Because I really feel like I got to know them over that weekend. And I got to share a lot of stuff with them. And that was so awesome. I'm so grateful for that. But the main reason why I was there was the Gaming Awards. Because, as many of you know, Mark did the South by Southwest Gaming Awards last year in 2015. And then they saw what he did and they emailed me a while ago. And I've talked about this in vlogs already when it was coming up to the show. They emailed me and they were like, hey, Mark was the great energy for the awards show last year. And me and Mark are very similar kind of YouTubers, so they were like, you seem like the perfect energy for it, so would you like to do it? And I was like, fucking hell yeah, I would! How many times, how often do people get like honored enough to be able to do an award show. I'm so lucky that I was asked to be able to do an award show. That shit is way beyond what I ever thought YouTube could be. What I could do on YouTube. Like starting off doing these little small videos in your log cabin out in the woods. And then I got to go to a huge festival that went on for a couple of weeks and got to host a gaming award show with lots of developers, lots of other YouTubers, lots of really important people in the room, and a shit ton of you guys were there as well, which made it so cool. Because when I went there, like, we didn't do a whole lot for the award show. We hung out and, like, with the Grumps and those guys and Starbomb and Topor Remix Party. We hung out with them for the first few days. And it was only the Saturday of the award show that we went there. They had sound check, and then I had to go with Rachel, who was super cool as well. I was so glad I got to meet her and co-host with her. She's a really awesome person. And she just fucking nailed it. She was so much better at it than I was. But we had rehearsals that day. And it was cool to go through the script, because we had the script there on a teleprompter. So if any of you were watching the awards or were there at the awards, that's why we kept looking down all the time. And I was really nervous because I was afraid that I was going to mess up a line, because they formatted this really great script all together, and I was worried that I would mess up that and everyone backstage would be like, oh god, he didn't say the line, and then Rachel wouldn't know what to say because I messed up the line that was there and her next line wouldn't feed into that. So there was a lot of stuff going through my head at the same time. But I think it went pretty well. You could tell that I was nervous when I went out at first. I think I kind of settled into it as time went on. But I was kind of nervous when I went out first because I didn't want to mess anything up. And I didn't want to make it like the Jacksepticeye Awards Show. Because I could have easily went out there and been like, hey, what's up? Because like 2/3 of the audience seemed to be there for like the Jacksepticeye thing. Because when I went out and they like introduced like, here's Jacksepticeye, and like the whole fucking crowd went nuts. Which I did not expect. Thank you all so much for showing up and being there, because you made it so much more... You let me settle into it a lot easier than I would have if it was just a load of random people. If it was just a load of developers and a load of just people off the streets who didn't know who any of us were or anything like that, I would have been way more nervous. So thank you for settling my nerves and letting me be a lot more casual about it, because I felt like a lot of the pressure was off then when all you people were there. And I'm very grateful for that, so thank you. But at the same time, I didn't want to turn it into like a thing all about myself. I could have easily went out there and made Jacksepticeye references, and a lot of the crowd would have cheered at it, and a lot of the crowd would have been like, haha, I get it. But there was developers there, and there was other YouTubers there and everything, and I wanted to be respectful. And the people who put together the award show, they put out a script and everything, so I wanted to follow like the format. I wanted to follow the way the show was supposed to go, and I didn't want it to be like an ego boost for myself, which it could have easily been. I could have just taken it and done whatever I wanted, but I didn't want to like abuse that power. God, I sound like an egotistical asshole right now. I'm sorry. That's not what I'm trying to get across. I'm trying to say that a lot of people who were there were laughing at absolutely anything I said, like a panel. And I didn't want to turn it into a panel. I didn't want to turn it into a thing all about myself. I wanted to be respectful for the developers that were there. That's why a lot of people were saying, oh, Jack was nervous the entire time. I really wasn't. I settled into it very fast. But I wanted to follow the script. I wanted to follow what the run of show was supposed to be about. Because a lot of people put a lot of work into it, and I didn't want to go against the grain and just make it all about myself, because that's disrespectful to everybody who was there. Because the developers were there and they were waiting for the awards to come out, and the last thing you want is for the developers to be sitting there going, this fucking green-haired jerk taking over the awards show and making it all about himself. I didn't want to do that. So I wanted to be respectful for all the people there. So I threw in a few jokes here and there, and it was fun, and I kind of made it my side of things. Not to say that it was my awards show. It was definitely, Rachel really knew what she was doing. She's an absolute pro at this stuff, and she really helped me along, because listening to her and how she treated stuff made me realize, okay, this is how a professional is supposed to do it. So at the same time, I wanted to do that. But there was a few jokes I got in here and there that I think the crowd enjoyed. Sorry if any of that comes across pretentious or pompous, or that I tried to make it all about myself. That was really not what I was trying to do. But a lot of people came to me afterwards and said that the show went really well, and that they were very impressed that it was my first time doing an award show. So that was incredibly flattering. Thank you anyone who gave me some compliments or said I did a good job, because there was a few hiccups here and there. There was a few things like somebody didn't show up for an award when they were supposed to. Somebody who we thought wasn't going to show up for award, somebody came up and accepted it anyway. So we were like, are you supposed to be here? And like, as any of you who've watched any awards show, there's always those awkward pauses, awkward moments. Some jokes don't land the way you'd hope they would. So there's a few awkward places here and there, which was fine. It's totally acceptable. That's what happens at awards shows. So you can't gauge the crowd until you're there. So you write a script for the crowd, and then if they don't like get the jokes, it kind of goes against that. So like, I threw in a few ad-libs, I improv'd a few things here and there, and it was fun. I had an absolute fucking blast doing it. But thank you to all the people at South by Southwest. You guys did a lot of fucking work. You guys really pulled it out of the bag. You made what I had to do really damn simple. You simplified the entire process and you made it so much easier, and I was very comfortable doing it. And again, any of you who said I did a great job, thank you so much. I think I probably could have done a little bit better, but for my first time doing it, I think I did pretty okay. I think it went really well. And any of you who complimented me on my suit, thank you very much. That was the first time in a very long time that it's the first suit I bought myself, so I was kind of proud of that. And a lot of people were like really expecting it, so that's why there was a lot of pictures and everything going up. Because everyone was like, I can't wait to see Jack in a suit. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll take a picture then. And I think it looked pretty good. I was proud of the way I performed. I was proud of how I acted, and I was proud of everything and how it went. It was a very emotional time being up on that stage, and I was proud of myself. I was proud of how I handled the entire thing. Again, I probably could have handled it a small bit better, and I could have made a lot more jokes. I could have made it my own thing a lot more. I could have settled into it a bit more. I made it more of a Jacksepticeye kind of thing. But I can't bring what I do in videos to an award show completely, because then it's disrespectful. So I think the night went very well, and to be up on stage doing that kind of thing, again, it's way beyond what I thought I'd be able to do on YouTube. And to have so many of you guys there in the audience to like cheer me on, and afterwards when I came off stage, like there was tons of people backstage chanting, "We want Sean, we want Sean," which fucking blew my mind. And I really, really wanted to go out and say hi to everyone. I wanted to like poke my head out and like wave at people, but there was like security reasons. It was backstage. We couldn't have people coming backstage, and everyone was kind of worried for my safety at that point, which again, just, I don't get any of this. I don't know why. I'm incredibly grateful for it, but like it's way beyond what I thought would happen when I started doing YouTube. And it's incredibly flattering, and I'm so honored to have so many great people and so many active, like, vocal people in the community there and cheering me on and all that kind of stuff. You make me proud, and I'm very thankful for you all. Thank you so damn much. But like, to be on stage doing that kind of thing, and I got to introduce some of my fucking idols. I was the one introducing Starbomb, which it went completely against script. There was like a thing. It said, like, "I have a riddle for you. What do you get when you mix Queen, The Legend of Zelda, and a ninja named Brian? Please welcome Starbomb." And like, as soon as Starbomb came out, everyone started cheering, so I didn't get to do that. So we just ad-libbed the entire thing, and it was so much fun. But again, to get to introduce those guys on stage, it's just, it fucking blows my mind that I get to do that. So thank you all so much. I'm incredibly humbled and grateful for the position I'm in, and just, again, I'm just incredibly lucky to be where I am. I put in the work and the hours and everything, but again, a lot of it comes down to luck, and a lot of it comes down to you guys, that I get to do what I do, and that I'm here where I am, and just thank you so much. I get to meet people like the Game Grumps. I get to hang out with people like Markiplier and Felix, those kind of people. Like, again, thank you so much for getting the channel to where it is that I get to do these types of things. But I'm gonna end it here, because I've been rambling a whole lot. Oh, and I got to go to the Rooster Teeth place. I got to go and like see where they record and everything. That shit is insane. They're like a big, fully fledged company, and I'm just sitting here on my own doing everything myself in my room. Like, again, that blows my mind too. Anyway, I'm rambling too much, but just thank you guys so much for being there. You guys make me look a lot cooler than I really am. You guys give me a lot more compliments that I probably deserve. Just thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to keep continuing to try and do these types of things and make you guys proud and bring you all on this journey with me, because I have so much energy and so much motivation and inspiration to do this kind of stuff, and I love it so much. I absolutely adore what I do, and I'm just not going to slow down and stop what I'm doing right now. But anyway, everything good? Okay, my camera just stopped recording randomly for some reason, so I didn't get my outro. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, punch that like button in the face like a boss, and high fives all around. Whoosh, whoosh. But thank you guys, now we'll see all you dudes. Every one of this guy's subscribers are all fucking under 18. No under above
18 watches this fucking retard's channel. It always makes me laugh when people have grammar mistakes and then they try and point out how stupid other people are. So, hooray for early voice, no morning Jack. Woo!